You good? You finna start? All right. Woo! And we are back with another installment of the #1 rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM. I'm your host, Kevin C. Pride. And I'm way too crunk for this to be a business show, but that's all right. Ain't that right, Greg? Anyway, in studio with me today, I got some great guests. I got Miss Hilda Abbot. She is a real estate genius, and she's going to be telling us all about real estate, commercial, and residential. And I also got my good friend from Educators Now, Mr. Keedar Whittle, sitting in with us.
Yes.
Hello, all.
Thank y'all so much for joining us today. And joining me pretty soon, I got Dr. Priscilla Hubbard that should be joining me on the line in a few minutes. Just to get a few announcements out the way, if you're out in the Smyrna area, please go by and see my good friends at Titans Fitness there at 1834 South Cobb Industrial Drive. And that's right off the normal South Cobb Drive, exit 15 off 285. They are a world-class gym, and they got world-class athletes. But they're not just for the world-class athletes. They are also for everyday folks just like me and you. Also, businesses are facing a lot of issues right now. COVID is still lingering, and a lot of them still can't open to full capacity. If you need help in your business, please contact me at 770-870-8806, or you can go to kevincpride.com/free and schedule a free 15-minute consultation with me. I assure you 15 minutes can change your business. All right. I'm up here today. I'm telling you, I'm out of breath.
Hey, bro, you started down at a 12.
I know.
Announcements brought you down to an 8. That's a tough transition in 38 seconds,
bro. So there is a hashtag going around. I don't know if y'all seen this in social media, the hashtag cancel Netflix. And it's over this new show called Cuties. Have y'all seen this mess?
Yeah. I have not.
Have you heard about it?
I heard about it.
With the 11-year-old girls, they twerking. Right. They showing 11-year-old girls in their panties.
Right.
They got some that's taking some pictures of themselves, getting onto some pornography and this type of stuff. Can I say that? Pornography?
Yeah, you ain't losing.
I guess too late now. But it's ridiculous. And I got young kids, so especially I got 2 young girls at home. And I think it's just a travesty for them to even put this type of content out. Netflix actually had something to say about this. So they responded on Twitter and they said, it's important to remember that our content is mostly pedophilia free. And that is from the Netflix account on Twitter. Mostly.
Hey, but Netflix gives you an option, right?
Parental controls, yes.
I guess we all got an option not to watch it. But other than that, I don't know. A lot of folks are talking about canceling Netflix. Looking at their stock, they've lost almost $9 billion behind this.
Wow.
Yes. So this is a very big deal. I don't know what type of contract they got with the creators of this show, and I don't know really what this is. Maybe they're trying to explore what's really going on, and us as parents just don't want to accept it. Right. Because a lot of 11-year-olds now do have phones. They are seeing stuff that they probably shouldn't be seeing. Mm-hmm. But maybe I guess we will see. Wow. Also, shout out to Victor Hill. I don't know if y'all heard the story about Roderick Hill, but he was punched in the face by for no reason whatsoever, and completely just mistreated by this man. And Sheriff Victor Hill in one day has already fired this deputy from his police force down in Clayton County. You journal.com to check out the full story. The headline reads, Georgia Sheriff Victor Hill shows America what justice looks like. But I definitely think he is stepping up to really be an example of what law enforcement should be like.
That's the man that got pulled out of the lift.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. Man, that's what's up. Victor Hill don't play, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
He got Clayco clean all the way up.
And that incident actually happened down the boulevard where we have several buildings, down Phoenix Boulevard and College Park.
That's why I get my haircut. I grew up over there. I know exactly. Yes. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I was just over there.
Wow.
And when I saw it, I texted Asa and I said, please remove it from the social media site. It was just going all over. People just sending us messages. Hey, this is right across from your building out there in College Park. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow.
Good job, Victor Hill.
Well, joining me via phone, it is Dr. Priscilla Hubbard from YCS Consulting. How you doing today, Dr. Priscilla Hubbard? I am so turned up, it's ridiculous. I shouldn't have drank a Red Bull before I got on air. Thank you for joining us. Tell us about everything about you and what you are doing and how you're out here helping these businesses with all this amazing human resources experience that you give it out to folks. Wow. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I was going to ask you about, because that's what I remember back from my corporate days. HR was pretty much payroll and sign up for insurance. So explain to us some of the changes, because I know a lot of people are stopping with the HR and going with this new title of Chief People Officer. Okay. Wow. Wow. Now that exit interview, I you know, it's funny. It's I've been in business myself for about 10 years. And until you said that, it just triggered something to me. I have never done that with my employees, and most of them have never left me. I kind of left them. But
I just did one.
Really?
Yep.
That's Keedar Whittle speaking with you, Miss Priscilla Hubbard, Dr. Hubbard. Okay.
Respect.
But what was that exit interview like?
It was great. I mean, it was great. I definitely learned some. I'm not one of those. I look at what everyone says,
okay,
and deposit it,
okay,
and I spit out what is needed and keep what
I hear you.
get rid of it. So I actually took some things from it.
Okay.
And,
wow.
You know, today I had to talk with my team to let them know, like, hey, this is where we are as a company. These are my expectations. We on for the ride.
Wow. Is that something typical that you see with the in the HR world, Dr. Hubbard?
Where they do that? Where they rate them? Where you? It's a Yelp for business.
She's trying to show y'all what y'all need to do for y'all business now.
I know there is one called Glassdoor.
Oh, gotcha.
Wow.
I didn't know that. Let me check out my rating.
So it's no longer just about, do I want to give you the job? Do you even want to take it?
Do you want to take it?
Wow.
Jeez, the pressure of you privileged people.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now explain this. Explain this one to me. What are some things that businesses can do? Let's say you're a small business. Like for instance, we do pretty well with my business, but I can't afford to pay full health benefits. What is some things that I could do to still show that appreciation to my employees? Now I pay them well, but what are some things that I can still do to show them that appreciation and say, hey, in lieu of benefits, let me do for you? What are some things that you recommend for that? Wow.
Dr. Hubbard, Hilda Abbot from We Partner, and the topic of HR within our company. We're 6 years young, and has been a challenge with the staff per se. And I've seen all different type of the spectrum. When you have less than 10 staff, and you hire a full-time person, then it becomes an expense having an HR manager. But then as you start growing your staff, and you hire an HR person that has not been within the group, and I'm saying this is our company personally, what we have gone through is that we have a lot of staff that started with us from the beginning. And when we bring in that person that is the one that is going through the handbook, making sure that everything is crossed, that the company is covered, that HR person has become, instead of being the people manager, has become like the scary person. So that is a struggle. How have you seen that other small businesses struggle or have been able to overcome that? Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if
Thank
HR
you.
showed up with margaritas and chips and salsa, that also it also calmed the office down too.
Now, one question I do have, because we do work with a lot of small businesses, a lot of startups and things like that. One question I do have, how important is that employee manual? Because I kind of built mine as I went along. As I had problems, I started, okay, let me write this one down, make a rule.
And changes.
How important is that to have that figured out before you go?
Mhm.
And I like that getting in writing, because you would not believe the stuff I've had people tell me in interviews, but when they actually started working, oh my God.
Right.
Well, thank you so much. If somebody wants to contact you about YCS Consulting, or if they want to get some more advice or some consultation with you, how can somebody reach you? All right. Give them that email address one more time. Thank you so much, Dr. Priscilla Hubbard, for taking time out your day to come talk to us about HR. All right. Not a problem. Thank you so much. I gotta run to a break real quick to take care of a few issues, but we'll be right back after this. What's wrong? Something wrong? He just want to come in the room. Oh. Ace is trying to get in. Slide the chair up just a little bit.
Perdón, señor. Pasa. Come on.
Only 1 minute. It's only 1 minute.
I know. I'm good. I'm like the NASCAR, baby. Change the tire.
He all on the camera. He all in the show. You all right, man?
No slide cameo.
What kind of company? What kind of company?
I own a digital marketing company called Influencer 365.
Okay.
And then I also am part owner of the Atlanta Business Journal here in Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
So definitely we get, I mean, both of y'all, honestly, we got a lot of stuff we can talk about, some opportunities as far as advertising, getting your message out there. All right, Miss Hilda, we're coming to you right now. If I used to get out your way. All right. I think we live. I think we're back. Right here with the #1 rated business show, right here on the Real 1100 AM and iHeartRadio. I hope you're tuned in. I hope you're listening because I got some great real estate advice about to come this way. How you doing, Miss Hilda Abbot, one more time?
I'm doing great. I'm actually nervous, and I talk for a living.
Really?
Yeah.
You ain't nervous. You ain't nervous. Tell us what you do.
Multiple jobs.
Multiple.
Yeah, man.
Yes. We have a company. We founded 6 years ago. It's called We Partner Group.
Okay.
And that company services everything that we own, lease, and manage.
Wow. Okay.
On the commercial sector, we have 18 buildings throughout the Metro Atlanta area.
Wow.
And we also have 145 single-family homes.
Now these are homes that you guys own or manage, or
we own and rent out.
Okay.
So they're all rentals. Now we're getting more into development.
Okay.
And we have a new development of 25 townhomes off of Hollywood Road and Main Street here in Atlanta. We are promoting that now. And those are also for sale. And we also have some investors that bought 10 of the townhomes. So we're running very great specials on those. And they start off by the 298s.
Wow. Now you're talking about the big money. Okay. We're talking about real estate. So first, how did you get started in this? Was it one house, went to the next house, went to the next house? How did you get started in real estate?
Well, from We Partner Group, I've been in real estate for almost 18 years now.
Okay.
I am from the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
DR.
Yes, DR. And I grew up in Miami, and I worked with investors in Miami prior to me moving to Georgia 10 years ago.
Okay.
So when I moved here from Georgia, from Miami to Georgia, we started what is a partnership with who are now my two partners.
Okay.
So when I moved here, I was actually their tenant.
Oh, wow.
And from there, we built up a relationship. I didn't know what I was going to do. I come from working with investors in Miami, didn't know how the market was here. We moved here because my husband is a mechanical engineer. Okay. And he got a bid on a subdivision out in Bethlehem.
Wow.
So from there, the first thing we built was the friendship. My two partners actually owned at that moment 25 homes.
Okay.
And we started within managing and leasing up those 25. From there, we went into our first commercial building, and that's when We Partner actually started.
Wow. Gotcha. Now, how does that world actually differ? Because you're coming from more of the investment side than an actual agent side, correct? So how does that world differ between investing in residential and investing in commercial?
Two different ball games. In the commercial side, it was very difficult for us. The landscape of the commercial industry is usually Caucasian male, generation business is what they call it. And us three coming into this, people thought we weren't going to make it. And I think that we were able to do as well as we have because we were naive. We came from the real estate side, thinking that, if we turnkey a house, selling a building is nothing. And it was total different change. So we had to hire a lot of consultants to bring us up to speed. And at the present time, we actually have $220 million in assets that we manage. Yes. Own, lease, and manage our own properties.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Now, if I want to, I want to,
that money is not all in my pocket.
Now you call We Partner. Now, if I want to get started, is your group like a group that we can come to and, hey, I want to invest in real estate? Y'all have an investment fund set up like a lot of people are starting to do, or how does it work?
We do. We actually, with our three partnerships, the CEO of the company, she deals with the finance sector and the accounting. She's a CPA by trade. when I came in, is on the operations and property management side.
Okay.
And our other partner is our chief investment officer. So we have the different branches that make the circle.
Wow. So on the property management side, what is that business like?
The property management side is what we call our bread and butter.
Okay.
Because we buy a property and we maintain the property, and that keeps the longevity of having our staff paid, of keeping the lights on, keeping our office, because the acquisition part is just between 30 to 90 days.
Okay.
So when you buy a property, you either have to give it up to another property management company, but the holds could be between 3, 5, 7 years, depending on your business plan.
Okay.
So the property management and leasing is what sustains the company. Then we dispose of the asset and keep buying properties.
Wow.
So that is the number one focus, and not because I'm the chief operating officer, but property management and leasing is the best.
Right.
Now, in this whole COVID climate that we're still in, elections and stuff coming up, it's funny, the housing market is still hot, and it's
very much
looks
so.
like it's still going up.
Yes.
And honestly, I think a lot of folks thought because of COVID and all the people out of work and, you know, people not having the type of income they're used to, that market was going to fall off. Are we seeing a bubble?
No, what I've seen with the COVID situation was that the housing market was very hot in January and February.
Okay.
When COVID hit, it came mid-March, the world was going to end. A lot of people did stay employed.
Okay.
So those people are the ones that are not buying back, because the lenders between the end of March till the end of May were actually verifying a lot of the financials. So even if you were pre-qualified pre-COVID, you had to do again another qualification to see if you were still qualified to buy the house.
Okay.
Now, being that a lot of people stayed at their job, or if they did, it was just on a part-time basis, and then they're back full blown. Now you have all these buyers, and the sellers don't want to sell because what they had programmed, they have tenants. And now the tenants can't be either evicted or not moving out because they can't find other rental homes.
Wow.
So the little bit of inventory that there is available, I mean, we have houses that we put coming soon, and we have 3 or 4 offers within hours.
Wow.
Sight unseen.
Yes.
What other places are you guys in?
We have a subdivision in McDonald that's 44 homes. Those are all rentals. We are also now in a new construction of 49 homes in Hampton.
Okay. And
we have the townhomes here in Atlanta, and we also have in the Gwinnett, DeKalb area.
Gotcha.
Wow. Now, what about the commercial market? Has that still maintained a good steady pace, or has that kind of slowed down?
Well, what we've seen on our portfolio is that our retail centers are the ones that have struggled the most.
Okay.
The retail centers, the storefronts. People can't go in more than 10, and you have, let's say we have different from restaurants and stores that now they have to wait for 2 people to go in, 2 people go out.
Okay.
When they were used to having 10 or 20, people in and out during rush hour for lunch and dinner or breakfast. And those are the ones that have been struggling. But within our company, I was actually on the call with Governor Kemp the Thursday, March the 12th.
Okay.
And from there, we had like 39 cases of COVID. And on the 13th, the Friday after, I actually went under quarantine, and we formed a coronavirus committee within our company.
Okay.
And we did weekly newsletters for our tenants. We, within our website, we created immense resources on how to file for PPP, unemployment. Our property manager from the residential side, we have a lot of the information from the tenants, their social security, where they live, driver's license, and some of them didn't even know how to apply for unemployment.
Wow.
And she actually did it with their permission.
Right.
Wow.
So we did not see so much of a decline as other businesses that I know other business owners, because we were very proactive.
Okay.
And we have an awesome team. Everyone was on the forefront helping us as a company.
Right.
Well, tell me this: how is the WeWork model in the Spaces model affecting commercial real estate? Is that boosting commercial real estate, or is that starting to kind of hurt y'all? And do you think that model is going to continue in a post-COVID world?
Well, we have a similar model. We're not affiliated with WeWork. We get asked that a lot. But we have a similar model. It's called We Partner Executive Suites.
Okay.
But in our model, we have vacancies that are not full-blown floors like WeWorks does. And we've been actually successful at it.
Wow. Okay.
We have actually done, and it has actually helped our buildings get full, because we start off with a tenant that has a small little office. They pay $300, $400, $500 depending on the area, and then from there, as they grow, we actually provide them with additional space. So now we're creating a long-term tenant. So that's where we've seen that the model that we have works, but we also own the property. So it may not be something as a business concept as WeWorks did it, because they didn't own any of their properties. They actually rent from others.
What?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And it's a big thing that then everyone wants WeWork because it's such a big name.
It's a brand,
yes, and the brand. So that is one of the parts that is different. We have not gone full blown operation as them, but we do have it on several of our buildings, and those are actually the ones that have been more successful in converting them into longer term tenants.
Wow. And you know, it's crazy. I see WeWork opening up even more facilities because our office is there, but it's dead in there. No one is coming. Like nobody's coming to work. It's just a bunch of empty offices. It's almost scary. Like some days I'm there by myself and the lights be cutting off. Now, what do you think? You know, WeWork also, or I ain't gonna say WeWork, but there is another model that is similar to like the WeWork in the co-working space and the co-living spaces. What do you think about that? Is that something that you think we would see in the US?
I don't anticipate it being something, especially during this pandemic, that is going to be something of a new business venture if people are thinking about that, because I did talk to a couple of investors that were thinking about buying homes to do co-living and separate them by levels, and then have people sharing different items of the house and creating more income generating. I mean, type of situation. I personally
they call
like
hostels, right?
Yeah, they call them hostels.
Like hostels.
They call them co-living. There's other models that are very similar to Airbnb, but are just by the hour. They have that as well. That hasn't been very much liked by the cities, as I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of the Airbnb ordinance have gotten smaller and smaller.
Really?
Because they don't want some of the owners don't want having renters every day, different people in their neighborhood, especially when they're in subdivisions. So with that, I don't think that it's a business model, in my opinion, that I've seen that is going to be in the masses like the WeWork or the co-working space that are large, 20, 50,000 square feet, in which it's going to be a sustainable business just because of COVID. Now that it's a very good model, it is.
Because of cooties.
Yes.
Now, what do you see the biggest opportunities in real estate right now? Is it still residential or is it commercial? What do you see the biggest opportunities?
Now it is a seller's market on the residential side. So a lot of people that were thinking about selling are actually holding down, because if I want to sell my house for $100,000 and I see that my neighbor sold it for $120,000, I'm going to wait what the next one is. And if you guys drive around and notice, you'll see a lot of more for sale signs, because then the comps are the ones that drive what you're going to want. So we have sellers that are holding to their property to see how much more they could get above what they actually feel comfortable in getting. So it is a seller's market at the time. Buyers are getting outbid left and right.
No, we put in 2 bids during COVID and lost both of them.
Yeah.
Now, where's the hot areas? Because I'm looking at throwing some money into it. Where's the hottest areas? The West End getting high though. they jacking the prices up over there in that West End.
Everywhere it's getting high. Now,
what about outside of the city area? Because I know a lot of folks is running from the cities now. Like everywhere, all the major cities, people are running away from it.
Well, I live in Gwinnett, and what I've seen is that now the areas that are going up 316 more on the Beaufort, Hamilton Mill, off of 85, Bethlehem, all the way out to Loganville are areas that there's a lot of new construction that's going on, and these houses are selling even pre-sale.
Yeah, I know somebody that's out in Lawrenceville doing well with real estate. I was like, Lawrenceville?
Yes.
Yeah. Folks trying to get out these cities, man. Like seriously.
I can't do it.
Now tell me this is just a personal question. This ain't got nothing to do with real estate. what is going on up there? Because there's always traffic going up 85 north, like nonstop, both sides, always a traffic jam. It's almost all of Atlanta live up there or
Trying to
something.
get 12 lanes on that highway.
It look like you need 55. It's
construction.
ridiculous.
A lot of people with COVID and now the hurricanes, I've seen an influx of applications that I've gotten for different businesses and on the residential side as well, coming from Texas. We've gotten several applications from people coming from either Louisiana or Texas because of the hurricane. You also have a lot of influx from the north because of COVID. I have a friend of mine. She does very well. She's also Dominican. She has a lot of friends. She came from New York. So she has her connects from New York, and she's doing very well. Just because of the COVID. I mean, she's probably sold 20 homes to her friends.
Yeah,
absolutely. So at the end of the day, why do I want to come to We Partner?
Because we're awesome. We Partner represents minority diversity within our company. We're not your regular real estate company that or your commercial side, which is our biggest portfolio. We're very loving, and hopefully Asa agrees with me on that. We treat everyone with fairness. This is on the company side. On doing a business transaction and being one of our tenants is we do allow opportunities that other companies do not. We do like people that are coming from their basement. They want to start their new business. They're just very scared of these long-term lease. Since I negotiate the lease, I am able to do what other landlords can't. To help the small businesses and minority businesses. So we've been very successful with that.
Wow.
With giving opportunities to others that others don't.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Now, what does your leases look like? Because I'm actually looking at opening up a production studio, but they don't want to do no less than 3 years. I'm a little scared to be in one spot for 3 years right now because I just don't know. So what does some of the leases look like? Because I'm in the business for some commercial real estate.
I'll do something special for you.
All right, I'll get something special.
I want you to be, yes. I write the lease.
There you go.
I'm able to do promotions, do specials, shorter term lease. And I've done it in the past.
Wow.
When there are business ventures that are starting or spin-off companies, say, Hilda, I'm doing very good here, but I got a better idea. I just don't want to commit to something long. I have vacancies.
Right.
Okay.
It's not affecting me at all. Let's try it for 6 months. And if it doesn't work, then everyone
See, that's
parts
what I like
ways.
to hear. That's just 3 years. It's like, I don't know if I want to be in the same place for 3 years.
But just an inside note, most brokers like 3 or more years because they get 4% and the first month of rent. So the longer the lease, the bigger the paycheck.
Oh yeah,
I knew it.
Oh yeah, they're trying to hit me with 5% a year. I was like, hold on, we're gonna have to negotiate that a little bit. So if anybody wants to get in contact with We Partner, if they want to get services from you guys or rent, how do they get in contact with you?
Through my email or calling the office. Our office number is 678-878-3885. And my email, I am the CEO of We Partner Group.
Okay.
And I'm the president and qualifying broker for We Partner Realty, which is our spinoff now, where we're recruiting real estate agents from all walks of life, new agents, experienced agents. I'm looking more for a diverse group of agents because I am the president of the company. And what I've seen from other brokerages is not, I want to put a twist to it. So that's where I started We Partner Realty. So my email is Hilda, Hilda, at wepartnerusa.com.
And what's the website?
It is www.wepartnerusa.com.
And I love that what you just said, that you're looking for that diversity. Why is that diversity so important?
Well, I'm not going to mention one of the bigger brokerage firms, and in doing my research on opening We Partner Realty, I'm not giving them promotion. Okay, so in doing research, I looked at them. They have 3,700 agents under their brokerage, and when I researched their leadership, 53% of the agents that they have are minorities, either Hispanics, Asians, or African American.
Okay.
And in their leadership, they only have one person of color, and it's the office manager.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
And when I saw that, I said, why are everyone 53% of their agents that are making them all this money and they have not one person in leadership within their company.
But you know, sadly, you're seeing more and more of that. It's like everybody want to talk about we so diverse. And then when you look all the way down at the bottom of the folks, oh, there go your diversity. When you get up to the top, where the diversity went to. So once again, We Partner Group. How can folks get in contact with you?
678-878-3885. And my email is Hilda, Hilda, at wepartnerusa.com.
Thank you so much. Switching the conversation. Oh, not a problem. Switching the conversation to education.
What's up?
How you doing, Mr. Whittle?
I'm amazing. How y'all doing? Can y'all see me? Can the people see me? No, I'm just playing.
Oh my goodness. We've been promoting you for a while, so I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry about condolences to you as well, because I know you lost a family member. I'm sorry to hear that. I appreciate that. So tell us about Educators Now.
Educators Now, we staff quality educators, child care facilities, after school programs, grade schools.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. Substitute teaching is majority of it, but we also do permanent placement positions as well. Probably do about 8,000 subs a year.
Wow.
Over 100 permanent placement teachers a year. So, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's a 700 teacher shortage at the beginning of every school year. So for us to make a dent and put at least 100 teachers to work, I mean, we're trying to fill the gap.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, during this COVID thing, there's a lot of new opportunities in education right now, because I've heard of a lot of like teachers, instead of going back into these big schools, they're doing like micro classes and stuff like
absolutely.
that. Do you work with those type of groups?
Yeah,
as well?
so I actually started another company called Tutors on Demand.
Okay.
And Tutors on Demand, we deploy teachers into homes.
Wow.
And we help parents with virtual learning, or some parents are really progressive and they got with some other parents and they actually purchased a curriculum. So we send them a certified teacher to come in and teach that curriculum to their children.
Don't they have to follow the normal K through 12? They don't have to do that?
Not if it's a certified teacher.
Wow. I didn't know that. So, well, with the whole new teaching era that we're in, the whole online learning and this type of stuff, how do you really see this? How's this doing for most people? Because I know a lot of people are complaining. Like,
what?
I sent mine back. I ain't gonna lie, I sent mine back. Okay, because I did it a couple times. I was like, I don't think we can do this.
I can't do this, man. No,
but
it was a show. Are you smarter than a fifth grader for a reason?
Oh yeah.
But I work hard, man. You can't do it. You didn't go to school to do this. You went to school for accounting.
Man, I got an eighth grader doing algebra, and I ain't looked at algebra in about 20-something years. I was like, baby, I do not remember the formulas.
No, it's tough. It's tough, but you know what? It's also tough on the kids too.
I can imagine.
Like if you think about how we deal with change, you know what I'm saying? If we think about how we feel and how frustrated we feel during COVID, these kids aren't built for that.
Oh yeah,
they're not built for this drastic change that they had out of nowhere, and they still can't get back to normality.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
The kids stressed out too.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Do you think the online learning is better, or you think the in class, even with the COVID though? Let me throw that in the mix though, even with the COVID. And the only reason why I say that, I sent mine back.
Right.
And the schools have done a pretty good job. My daughter's in middle school. She said in middle school it's a lot worse. I make her wear a mask when she's not like at her desk. Like if you sit down at your desk, I get it. You know, nobody wants to be suffocating all day. But if you move into those hallways, you need to have something covering your face. But most of the kids are not wearing it.
Right.
And you're seeing this in a lot of different school districts. My child in elementary, they're doing a much better job, but they've already had a couple cases in the school. Thank God it ain't coming to my house. Right. But so what do you think is worth the risk to send them back, to give them what they actually need, that in school, that social interaction and all this type of stuff? Or do you think we should be keeping them at home?
Man, when I say that's one of the toughest decisions parents have to make right now.
Yeah.
Our decision is they stand at home.
Okay.
That's our decision, our house. However, we have a teacher that has come into
I was going to say you're educated.
We have a teacher that has come into the home and is doing a very great job. My wife is at home. So for us, the answer is no.
Okay.
But for some parents, their child is struggling. And to see your child struggling just because they can't understand and they can't learn this way, it's heartbreaking. And then you have to think, like, how much am I damaging my child because of fear? Now, maybe you have to do other measures. Maybe you have to say, I'm going to send my child back to school, but we are going to do everything that we can to actually quarantine and be at home, but it's worth it because my child needs this in person.
I got you.
So it's a tough decision. I don't envy anybody for it.
And a lot of parents don't have the income to actually pay for a tutor.
They don't have it.
And that was going to be my next.
Bro, we don't have it. I had to give us a discount.
I was going, and that was my next question. How affordable is that to have that type of one-on-one help and that type of attention for your child? Is that affordable?
It is affordable. We make it cheap.
Well, what's affordable? First of all, let's put it in context.
Well, we make it cheaper. We make it cheaper than what you would pay for childcare each week at a childcare.
So it's cheaper than sending them to daycare, which is typically $500-600 a week.
So we're much cheaper than that.
Okay.
Like I even have to break it down for some parents to be like, we talking about $10 an hour.
Okay.
That's worth it for your child, not to get left behind.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
We can sacrifice some things for $10 an hour for your child.
I agree. I definitely agree. How long does the tutor or the teacher actually come in and really stay with that child? Do they do the
4 hours?
So they don't do the 6 hours like they would normally do if they was going to school?
If they were teaching them the curriculum, then it's a 6-hour day, but it's 4 hours. They really can't do much more than 4 hours a day. If you look at a normal school, there's no more than 4 hours instruction a day anyway.
Okay.
The rest of it's filled with lunch and playtime or exploratory. And then have school program, and then it's time to go. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Now, do you see the kids that have this type of instruction and have this type of help? Do they seem to do better than their counterparts that's sitting in the classroom that might not have that one-on-one attention?
Man, you know what's crazy? When you sitting in the classroom, they still learning on a computer.
Yeah.
Because they have to teach to the people that's at home. Okay. So they still learning on the computer. But they do have the access of the teacher being right there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I think these students are doing better. These scholars are doing better than if it's just somebody's parent at home. And that's what's tough.
Wow. Now, last year, towards the end of the year, we saw them kind of give, they kind of loosened,
right,
I would say, the standards for classes.
They need to this year. They need to for the next 2 years.
But I was going to say, do you think that is what we're going to see this year again?
Because there's money involved.
Okay. Because Betsy DeVos don't know what she's doing. Let's be honest.
When you start talking about standardized tests, you start talking about money.
Okay.
So they got to get their money back. They already said, all right, cool, we're going to take this L, but we need our money again next year. Y'all better start doing these standardized tests. They've already they started pre-testing already.
Wow. So we still going to have to deal with that this year.
Still going to have to deal with it. That's why y'all going back to school in October. Get this money. This is all about money.
I mean, honestly, I thought the education system was about educating our kids. I didn't know it. I know it's a lot of money tied to it. But I like to believe in my country sometimes.
It's not about money. It's not about money about how we gonna make it. It's about who's gonna get it.
Okay.
Like the money for education, y'all get this small little pot. Now all y'all gotta fight for that money. That's when you start talking about equity.
Okay.
Now you see a district you see a school in Buckhead getting $100,000. Now you see a school on the other side of town getting that same $100,000. No, they need $400,000.
Yeah, because they ain't got all them tax dollars.
They don't have all them tax dollars that we got in Buckhead.
Now, what do you feel about charter schools and school vouchers? Is that something that you agree with?
They're amazing if they're good.
Now, I've heard nightmares about charter schools
and that's when they're bad.
Because sometimes if they don't get enough students in and this type of stuff, they kill it in the mid-year. Kids lose credits, all this type of stuff.
So you got to go something with a sustainable model.
Okay.
I mean, we're partnered with KIPP, Metro Atlanta. We're partnered with Centennial, Ivy Academy. Solid models that I know will be around for years and years to come, and the neighborhood supports them, and that's key. You got to get your neighborhood behind you. I don't care if you got a child care facility, after school program, or a grade school. Get in your neighborhood. Let that neighborhood know that you serve, that you support them as well. Just don't take, give.
Wow. Now, your average teachers, what are the main special subjects and this type of stuff, or is it just we do the curriculum?
We do the curriculum.
Okay, so you ain't sending in like, I'm gonna send you a geography teacher, she gonna help you with your math homework.
Nah. We like if it's grade school like 6 to 12, if they need a science sub, we'll try to send them science sub. If it's a permanent teacher, we definitely send them what they need. K through 5 elementary, kind of just got to do everything.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is it assistance out there for parents that might not be able to afford to have services like these? I think
the YMCA doing a scholarship?
You specifically, to your group?
Oh, no. You get vouchers, and you can bring the vouchers to me. God cash me in like. But if you receive caps, if you're a family that receives caps, ask them about tutoring vouchers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, before the school year started, at 3 of our buildings, our location in Duluth, our location in Marietta, and we had another one off of Brookhaven. We started a program that was similar to what you're saying. But we hired 3 substitute teachers that were not employed, and we put them in our buildings to see if the business owners were struggling, either losing staff or staff were asking for raises to pay tutors or to pay the daycares, because that wasn't part of their expenditures. So we did that, and we had very minimum participation because of the expense. And the company was not making any money. The money was going directly to the subs to pay for them. And we thought it was an awesome idea, and it actually died down. It started very well, and then as parents start seeing that they have the option and start bringing their kids to school, the feedback we got was, this is not affordable to us.
Yeah, some parents can't afford it, and some parents don't want to afford it. And we've seen that during this time. There's some parents say, I don't care how much it costs. And some parents are like, can you get it down to $7 an hour? But no, I mean, it's awesome that you guys have residential as well, because we employ people a lot. Like, we are always hiring, and for us, it's flexible schedule.
Okay.
There's some people that can't work 40 hours a week. There's some people that can only work 2 days a week. But we hire them. Substitute teaching, you just have to have a high school diploma or GED equivalent, because we service childcare all the way through 12th grade.
Okay.
So we partner with communities all the time to just let them know, like, look, if you in between careers, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist, if you want a new family situation, you ain't with your husband no more or whatever, come work with us. We'll help you bridge that gap. And it's an admirable job because you're also with the kids. So that's how we look at it.
Do you have locations? Do you have
Yeah, we're partnering with about 60 schools around Metro Atlanta. We're all the way up in Duluth as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we're far Duluth down to Locust Grove.
Now, what do you have to do to be qualified as a substitute?
Have a great heart.
That's it?
Pass the background check. Got to pass the background check. Now, but we also give them training if they need it. But a lot of people don't know substitute teaching is an option.
Okay.
We've all kind of managed a classroom. We've done Sunday school. We've been a leader around some other kids, some little cousins. So we have some leadership capabilities. We just don't know substitute teaching is an option.
Wow. I think I could do okay with like 5th grade. I did a couple career days, and they gave me the 2nd grade. I was great with the 4th graders. They gave me the 2nd grade. I was like, how do I explain marketing and branding to these kids? And they looking at me like, okay. It was cute though.
So now you can do middle school.
I don't think I can deal with the kids.
Let me know your next off day. I got it.
And one thing, patience.
Patience. You gotta have it. You gotta have patience.
To deal with some hormonal teenagers. I'm sure you definitely do.
In our orientation, we say at least 10 times, don't touch the kids. don't
jump off.
Number one.
Don't touch them.
Now, tell me this. We also, you mentioned earlier equity. And one big thing that we also see, just like in everything else, is these big disparities between different races.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, here we are, we talking about education, and we also come up last there, especially around the 3rd and 4th grades when we start talking about reading proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
What is some things that you guys are doing to kind of help with that?
There's resources. So with the tutoring company, we have found out there are hundreds of free resources out there. So we offer all of our educators those free resources for them to help with their community.
Okay.
For them to when they go out and tutor. We also have partnered with organizations in the community like Delta Community Bank that will come out to our schools and speak to our scholars to talk about the disparity between education and financial disparity. So, I mean, just partner with outside organizations and making sure they know the information is out there.
Wow. Once again, man, thank you so much for coming in, being a guest today and spending this time with us. If somebody wants to get Educators Now services, or they want to get, you said we tutor?
Tutors on Demand.
Tutors on Demand. Oh, it's y'all. See, y'all need to come together.
That's a
Y'all come
partnership.
Hey,
look,
I just want referral fees. I just want referral fees. That's all. But if somebody wants your services, how can they get with you?
You guys can always reach me at Keedar on all social media. But send me an email, Keedar@educatorsnowllc.com or Keedar@tutorsondemandllc.com.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the #1 rated business show right here on the Real 1100 AM. Thank you so much, Dr. Priscilla Hubbard, for joining us, Miss Hilda Abbot, and Mr. Keedar Whittle. Thank y'all so much. Also, follow me on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else. I am KC Pride. And until next week, we are out.
Yes.
All right, we got to get out that way. Oh, you already in here. You already ready to go.
Represent you well?
You did good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you did great.
KC Pride, iHeartRadio. Make sure